Well, good afternoon from Universal Studios of Florida. It's been a while since I've been over here. Actually, the new Minions land did open and we're just gonna go check all of that out. There's a new ride, a new sweet shop, a new restaurant, all kinds of fun things. So we're gonna check that out today. Let's go ahead and jump into it. As soon as you walk into Universal Studios, you're gonna walk right into Minions land with Despicable Me on the side. Down here is the new ride, which is VillainCon Minion Blast. Now, I think the ride is down right now. You can't film on rides, but I want to at least try to ride it today so I can describe to you everything on it, but it is down right now. We'll come back around after a bit and see if it's back up. So as you continue down, like straight into Universal Florida, you're gonna walk right into Bake My Day, which is the new bakery sweet shop for the Despicable Me area. Not only is there like a case of sweet treats, they also have some really cute themed merchandise. It's all pink and unicorns and absolutely adorable. So it was really loud in Bake My Day, so it was hard to film, but here is all of the prices for the treats in that bakery. So I got our sweet treat. I'm not gonna show that to you guys just yet because we're gonna come over here to Minion Cafe to pick up some dinner as well before we try our sweet treat. So Minion's Cafe is supposed to be like a cafe run by the Minions, so there's bananas floating through the pipes. Over here it looks like there's some orders or recipes floating through. Absolute chaos. I can't wait to see the inside. Okay, so we've made it into Minion's Cafe. It's very loud in here, so I'm gonna talk close to the camera, but something that's really unique about Minion's Cafe is unlike most restaurants where like you're gonna go up to a window, order food, find a table and sit down, they actually hold you at the door, take to your table, and you're supposed to have the Universal Studios app on your phone. From there is where you're gonna like mobile order like you would in Disney World. But as you go to check out, they're gonna ask you for a table number. Now the tables do have a QR code on them with like a little tag in them that's gonna sense which table you are. My table didn't want to do it, so I had to actually put the numbers in. But once you place your order, they're going to bring your food to you. So you know you're always gonna have a table to actually eat your food at. There's been so many times at different places where I get my food and there are no tables available, and that is how they're kind of dealing with that. I think this is a really unique situation. You get to sit and enjoy while you're waiting on your food, and I think this is definitely something that Universal and Disney need to keep doing. Okay, so my food is here. I wasn't too hungry, so I decided to actually get something off the kids menu, but I've got this out in front of me, and like this is a large serving for a little kid. Like this is gonna fill me up. I did get the macaroni and cheese, which does come with like Minion tater tot French fries. With my annual pass holder discount for Universal, I did pay $7.66 for this. This is normally like $9. So here is the kids meal. This is the macaroni and cheese with those Minions tater tots and a mini banana. This is so cute, and like here's my hand compared to that. It's like a decent size even for an adult if you don't want too much food. Another nice thing I want to point out is you get real silverware here. You don't see that a lot anymore unless you're like in a table service, which I think this is considered more of a table service. Real silverware, not plastic. So let's dig into this. First off, I'm gonna take off this Fredonia. I guess this is a cheese festival. I think this is supposed to be something themed to the Minions, but I don't know what. We're gonna go first bite of macaroni and cheese. It's more of like a white sauce macaroni and cheese, but it still looks very good. That's really good. I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer to me so you guys can hear me because it's very loud in here. This is really good macaroni and cheese. I don't know, like I think it's probably more like a Velveeta cheese, like a cheese shell. It reminds me a lot of that kind of macaroni and cheese, but not Velveeta cheese. It's like a white sauce cheese. It's really good. I also didn't wait too long for this food. I think I waited like 5 to 10 minutes, not a bad wait at all. And this is really good so far. Now we're gonna get a bite of these little Minion tater tots. These are so cute. Like, oh my gosh. I'm actually showing you guys the wrong side. There's so much detail in these. I don't know how they make them. It's gotta be some sort of machine that presses them. I didn't go to culinary school, so I'm not sure, but these are so cute. I wish they would just sell these like out in the park that I could grab because this is adorable and so Instagram worthy. Let's try them. Those are good. And you can tell they're not like something frozen that they're just heating up. These are fresh, like they're making them in a press. Really good. Very warm, tastes just like a tater tot. It kind of reminds me a lot, if you're a 2000s kid, you probably remember the smiley face tater tot french fries. That's exactly what this reminds me of. All right, so I completely finished every last bit of it. There's not one bit of my dinner left. It was so good, and I am actually really full. Like, that's a kid's menu, or a kid's meal. A kid is not probably gonna be able to finish that, especially like a little kid, like 3 or 4 years old. They aren't finishing that. Maybe like 8, 9, 10, they're gonna be able to finish most of it, but like, I'm a full-grown adult, and that filled me up. So now we're gonna have to like powerhouse through this cupcake I got at Bake My Day. I did get the Minions cupcake. Now the problem for me with most of the Minion stuff is I'm allergic to bananas, and almost all of the desserts that they do here in Minions Land does have banana or some sort of banana flavoring in it, which is definitely a downside for me. We did get this Minions cupcake. It's massive, like it's absolutely massive. I think this is bigger than most Disney cupcakes. It's huge. This was $8.99, and it's supposed to have vanilla in it. It's not supposed to have any sort of banana, so we'll see. But it looks really good. It's really cute. He's a little smushed because he was in a box. He got a little smushed, but he's very cute. Here's an up-close look at that cupcake. I actually started to peel the wrapping off and said, no, let's get an up-close look. So the wrapping was prettier than that, but it's a really big cupcake, and I'm curious to see how it tastes. One thing I will say though, because this cupcake is so large, you're gonna want a fork and knife to eat this. I actually am like using the plate that my dinner came on and the fork and knife that I had to eat this because it's massive. All right, I've already taken an eye. This is the little eyeball that was on the front made of white icing. We're gonna try it. Good. That was definitely very good. It was a thick layering piece. Like sometimes the pieces that come on cupcakes are very thick. That was really thick. Now it didn't have any flavoring in it. Sometimes with white icing, I noticed that Disney cupcakes and Universal cupcakes will have flavoring in them, like lemon or citrus or something. That didn't have any flavoring, it was just white chocolate, but it was really good. Now, as I pulled the wrapper off of this, the white cake is dyed blue to kind of be like their overalls, even though it kind of looks green, but I think it's supposed to be blue to represent their overalls. Here's a crosshair cut of that cupcake. You can see the blue icing there to represent their overalls. All right, we've cut this in half. Let's try our first bite. Here it is. So we've got the icing and we've got that blue vanilla cupcake. Okay. That's really good. Now I do think the cake is not as fresh as it could be. It's still good, like it's not stale or anything like that. But it is close to the end of the day here at Universal, so that's more than likely why. I'm not gonna blame that on the cupcake. It's just close to the end of the day, so the cupcakes have been sitting all day. But it is good. The icing is not overbearing. A lot of times with some of these cupcakes, if they just get a little too much sugar, the icing will just smack you in the face and it is far too sugary. This is good. So I'm several bites deep at this point. I think the cupcake's really good. I will say I don't prefer when you dye cake because I think it gives it a flavoring. Like I know that food dye doesn't have flavorings, but I swear it gives it a flavoring when you put it in the actual cake itself. So it's made the cake kind of taste a little odd, but it's not bad by any means. Okay, so now that I've been able to try everything, and actually my cupcake, I split it in half and I put it back in the box, and I'm gonna take the other half back home and eat later because this was just too much food, even though that was a kid's meal and a cupcake. Like, that was too much food for me, and I have not had really anything to eat today, and even that was too much food for me. So that kind of speaks to how large that kid's meal was. But now that I've been able to try everything, I have to say the kid's meal, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. It was such a good meal, even for adults, for the price and the size. The mac and cheese was good, it was fresh, it was warm. The tater tots, even though they're like cutesy and they're Minions, they were even good. Like they weren't bad, they were so good. The whole thing, loved it, 5 out of 5. Now the cupcake was very good. I think I've probably had better cupcakes here at Universal. I'm gonna blame part of it on the fact that, like I said, it is close to the end of the day, which means those cupcakes are not as fresh. But there was just something missing with it in the cake itself. I don't know if it just wasn't sweet enough. I don't know what it is. There's Minion noises going on around me because there's all these little like creative atmosphere parts with the Minions. But the cupcake, like I said, it was good. I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 5 just because I think something was off with the cake. But overall, it was good. I would definitely go in to Bake My Day and get something sweet if you're looking for something sweet to eat. Now that we've finished finish our meal, I do want to show you guys the entire display that's like in the center of the restaurant. And it's of the Minions cooking and the absolute just chaos that's going on. Some of these look a little more appealing than others. But it's definitely really cute. If they sit you in like one of the outer parts of the restaurant, make sure to walk over here and take a good look at this because it is very cute. So many parts of this restaurant are themed, even back here. Like there's different side rooms off that main room. There's even more theming and more bananas, of course. Absolutely love this. I think this is like referencing the rock and roll age from the Minions movie. Definitely come into this restaurant and check out all the different rooms because it is so themed. And my favorite touch, the wet floor banana signs. The entirety of Minions Land is so well themed, from the Minions Cafe. Then down here we have the Bank of Evil as one of the outside facades. Continuing down, there's actually a place to get these custom ice cream pops. So here's where you can get those freeze-ray pops, and they have like cheesecake pops and all these kind of just different specialty popsicles. I'm too full to try those, so we'll have to try those another day. But very cute. And then there on the end they have the new Bake My Day bakery. I'm definitely too full for any more food, but over here at Freeze Ray Pops, I wanted to point out these popsicles that they have. They do have specialty themed ones to different characters for $8.99, and then they just have regular popsicles for $5.99. Look at those regular popsicles, but then you can see like they have some specialty ones with Minions and then the Gru symbol on it. These are really cute. One thing I didn't notice is there's actually a Minion up on top of the cupcake, up on top of Bake My Day. I don't know if that's Bob or who that is. So the new Minions VillainCon Minion Blast Ride is not opening, and it looks like it's just not going to reopen today. But I wanted to show you guys the outside, which does show the Vicious Six from Minions Rise of Gru. The entire thing is supposed to be kind of like you're going to like a Comic-Con. The Minions are dressed up and cosplaying. It is so cute. I love this concept for Minions Land. So I came into Silly Stuff here, which is the gift shop off of the Despicable Me ride, to show you guys the current popcorn buckets. They have this popcorn bucket. I think this is Bob, and he's kind of in this Disco Inferno outfit. And then they also have this one where he has Tim, his teddy bear, on top, and then inside of him, he has a selfie stick to take selfies while at Villains Gone. Over here in the Minions Blast gift shop, they do have a bunch of like VillainCon themed merchandise. And like I said, you can see the Minions cosplaying. I absolutely love this lounge fly. Very cute. Let's see if we can find a price tag on it. It is $82. There's so much cute merchandise in here, and more Minions cosplaying as villains. Definitely come into this gift shop even if the ride's not up, because there's some cute stuff in here, like this Vicious Six shirt. Very cute, $30. This is also where you'll get the Eliminator X toy, which is actually the gun that you use in the ride. Here's some more Villains Con themed Minion merch. All right, so now that we finished up here in Minions Land, it's really busy up here because this is close to like basically the front of the park. We're gonna head back toward Diagon Alley and see what's going on back there. So it is Halloween Horror Nights time here in Universal, and one of the houses we're getting this year is Last of Us themed, and they do have some theming out through here of the quarantine area. Mask must be worn at all time. Have your ticket ready. All of this looks great out of the video game. So it is Halloween season here in Universal, which means Halloween Horror Nights. But I am a big scaredy cat, which means I will not be attending Halloween Horror Nights this year. Although there are some really cool houses like The Last of Us and Stranger Things. I'm very tempted to just come for just Stranger Things, but I'm too much of a scaredy cat. Well, what an unsuspicious London building. I'm sure this isn't just a secret wall that leads us back to a magical land, right? No, I think it's just, you know, some part of London. I lied. Well, if you're seeing this, it obviously means you're not a muggle, and welcome witches and wizards to Diagon Alley. Let's see what's going on over here. Now over here in Diagon Alley, there's a little bit of everything for all of you witches and wizards. You can get candy here, you can shop for school robes and different things for your houses. They also have wands and honestly just about everything that a witch or wizard could need. The nice thing about Diagon Alley is most of it is covered, so if it rains or it's hot, it is a good place to come and hide out back here. But just about everybody else has the same idea as me, so expect it to be busy. Diagon Alley is so well themed here, and it just keeps going and going and going. You could definitely spend a lot of time just on this side of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter alone. It's also worth walking into all of the gift shops, even if you aren't a big Harry Potter fan, because they are just so themed. Now we're headed back into Nocturne Alley, and it's gonna get dark back here, so the frame rate of my camera might not pick it up the best, but it is so cold back here. Like, there's this crazy breeze. This is a great place to come if you need to get some air conditioning. A lot of people don't know this is back here, and it is really cold back here. There's also a gift shop back here, which is Borgin & Burke's, which is in the second Harry Potter movie. And here is where you're gonna find everything for dark wizardry. It's really cool in here. All of these gift shops are just so themed. Someone grew up and now it's only a bender. Was it a one flag and tried to surrender? They did believe. I don't think I've ever noticed this before, but there's a real wanted photo over here for Bellatrix that actually moves. And I have looked all over the place to see if it's a projector. I can't tell what it is. I'm assuming maybe it's a screen. Very cool piece of magic here. Now that we've done our exploring, Gringotts is under a 30-minute wait. I can't take you guys on the ride because Universal doesn't allow filming, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump on, and then I'll kind of walk you guys through the ride after I get off. So Escape from Gringotts is a very fun ride. It is a roller coaster, but there are stops in between to look at screens that are telling the storyline. It is telling the storyline of when Harry Potter, Ron, and Hermione all break out of Gringotts. It's a very fun ride. I did get in the single rider and literally just walked right on. Such a fun ride. Now, Universal, actually the Universal Studios side is closed currently, but we do have one more hour over in Islands of Adventure, so we're gonna head over there. Something else important I want to point out as we're walking over to Islands of Adventure is that you will have to put all of your bags, including merchandise bags, in lockers. Now, they do provide you free lockers, but they are small, and you can purchase larger lockers for $2. Now, I was able to fit my entire Vera Bradley backpack, this bag that has my cupcake in it, and my camera in that tiny locker. Now, it was hard to do. It takes a little bit of finagling, but you can fit a large amount of items in those tiny lockers. So as we're making our way out of here, I do want to point out these eating locations. These are going to be for Halloween Horror Nights, and they are themed to The Last of Us. They're over here by the Mummy as you walk out of Minions Land. Here's an even better look at the Minions Cafe. It's all yellow and blue and absolutely adorable. I think Minions Land is an amazing addition to Universal for all of the kiddos who needed something that was more on their level. I also love the parallel between super silly stuff and then villain stuff. Now that Minions Land is like a complete land, it makes me even more excited for the How to Train Your Dragon land we're gonna get in Epic Universe, because I feel like it's going to be an awesome thing for kids, but also adults. Now, I did watch the whole time, and Villains Con did not reopen. It is in its opening week, so things are gonna happen, but that just gives us an excuse to come back over here again. All right, it is almost 7:30, which means we've got half an hour till Islands of Adventure closes. I'm gonna try to move it or lose it over to Velocicoaster to ride that before our night is done. It is a Sunday night, which means the parks do close earlier, but I wanted to come over here. It was a very nice evening tonight. It wasn't hot. It's like extremely overcast. It's like 75 degrees. At least it feels like it's 75 degrees. It's probably like 90, but it doesn't feel like it. It was such a nice night. I was like, I have to come over to Universal for a few hours. Now, the nice thing about Universal parks is they are right beside each other. Now, Epic Universe that's planned to open in 2025 is actually going to be a couple miles down the road, which means Universal does plan to bus their guests back and forth. But currently, both Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios are right beside each other, so you can just walk right here in front of the Hard Rock Cafe to make it in between the two parks. You do not have to ride the Hogwarts Express, but that is a possibility. You can ride that over to the other park. There's just usually like a 40 to an hour long minute wait. It's kind of up to you on if that's something you want to spend your time on. We've made it into Isles of Adventure. Let the adventure begin. All right, so in a last minute change of plans, we're actually going to head to Hagrid's and ride Hagrid's to stick with the Harry Potter theming. I've actually never ridden Hagrid's, so I'm very excited to do so. It has a very similar weight to the Velocicoaster right now, so we're gonna head that way instead. Now that the Lost Continent is closed and I walk back in this area, the only thing I can ever think about is Legends of Zelda. With the new Tears for the Kingdom game out, which is amazing by the way, only thing I can ever think about is, please, could we get something Legends of Zelda here? Now, Nintendo has said that if Nintendo World in California and Florida do well, they are open to allowing Legends of Zelda or Pokemon or both to come to the US parks, and all I gotta say is, please, Nintendo, please. We're making our way back to Hagrid's, and man, I forgot how much of a walk it was all the way to the back of the park to get to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Something really cool I want to point out this year is the way that you can get involved with the tribute store for Halloween Horror Nights. You can get your picture taken with one of these 5 covers, and you will be added to the tribute store this year. So wow, I'm literally in a state of shock. That ride is so good. I've never ridden it, and honestly, it is amazing. I can see why the lines for it are always so long. It was a 75-minute wait for standby. I did get in a single rider, and it was about 45 minutes. Now, single rider I'd say is a give or take on if it's actually worth it or not because of the way the carts are. So take your best judgment on that. I'd say you're probably more better off in the evening than you would be in the middle of the day, but still I ended up waiting a shorter period of time than the actual posted wait time. That ride is absolutely amazing. There are so many track changes and switches and just craziness that goes on during it. I knew what most of the track changes were, but there was one twist in it that I did not expect a roller coaster to do. I'm not going to tell you guys because I want you to have that surprise for yourself just like I did, but basically the gist of the ride is Hagrid is taking you to class, and he is taking you on his motorbike adventure to teach you all about the mystical creatures of the Wizarding World. I will say though, nighttime might very well be one of the best times to come back here in Hogsmeade and take photos. There's like nobody out here, and you could take really cool nighttime photos in front of all of the shop displays. And with that, our Sunday Universal Day comes to a close. I had so much fun with you guys, even though we were only over here for a very short period of time. I love checking out the new Minions land. It's such a fun land for all ages, and checking out some of the Halloween Horror Nights stuff. Now, we didn't get to ride the new Minions ride, but don't worry, I'm going to be coming back over here because tourist season is starting to come to a close. It's starting to get better here. Now that the kids are back in school, Labor Day is about to happen. We're gonna be coming over here to Universal a lot more often. So make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you are notified every time one of those videos goes up. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time.